Yo, what's good, Girl413 here back in the day, and today, guys, we are here because there's been a massive leak for Forza Motorsport 7 revealing a potential new DLC that'll be coming to the game here shortly. Now, this leak does have some ground to stand on, as it is coming from Admeister over on Reddit, and if you guys are not familiar with the Admeister, essentially, he is the person that was responsible for the massive leak that came in Forza Horizon 3 that revealed many of the game's DLCs months before they were scheduled to be released. So this DLC leak definitely has some footing, and it is honestly amazing. Some of the cars in this leak I am really excited about, while others I'm a little bit disappointed that they're going to be coming in. In fact, some of them it's like, why do we even need that car? That's kind of a silly option, isn't it? Well, anyway though, let's go ahead and hop on into it. So first up, what we have is the 2077 Fallout Atom. Now, we cannot necessarily know what exactly this car is going to look like because the car has never been released in real life. It is a 2077 model, most likely with the name Fallout Atom referring to the actual game Fallout 4. Now, if you guys do remember back in Forza Motorsport 6, we did have a car release called the Chrysler Rocket 69. However, though, if we are looking at the model year, this car most likely is not going to be it, as the model year of the Chrysler Rocket 69 was actually a 2069 model and not a 2077, so it is yet to be seen what car this potentially can be. After that, we have a car that I am extremely excited about, being the 2016 Lexus RCF GT3, which this car was at the top of my list of cars that I really wanted to see come to the game, because essentially this would mean that we are actually going to get a version of a Lexus RCF that is drivable, because as you guys are aware, Toyota and Lexus are not in the game due to Toyota basically being stinky poo-poo heads and saying, we don't want our cars in your game. So this will be a great opportunity for us to get a great car introduced to the game. And of course, you know what we can do is we can always, just throw on our own paint jobs on it, maybe, just sort of drive around in it, maybe not use it as a GT3 car, but use it as just a regular RCF, tune it out to be a drift car, whatever you want. And that has got me really excited. So after the RCF, we do get another Japanese favorite of mine, being the 2016 Honda Civic Grc, which hopefully is not going to be based off the Euro spec model, because I'm not necessarily a big fan of the 2016 Type R Euro spec, as I honestly really like the design of the one that was launched here in America for 2018. Honestly, I think it looks so good, and it's kind of reverting back to some of the older styling of the Honda Civic, back in the 90s and stuff, but yet it's still throwing on some of those modern parts. Although it is a little bit pre-Rice, in my opinion, I still think that the car looks amazing, and it's going to be another one of those cars that I'm going to basically paint for myself, or, find a paint job or something like that. Not necessarily use it as a race car, but use it as a fun Japanese car to just go drive around in. Now, this next car is the first car on the list that I was honestly looking at thinking, well, that's kind of silly. Why are we getting that car? And it is the 2015 Dodge Challenger Hellcat BT. Now, no one seems to really know what BT stands for, and when I googled it, the only thing that really came up with was apparently Billet Technologies has a catch can for the Dodge Challenger and the Dodge Charger Hellcat, and it's kind of like, well, why are we getting a special version that is going to have this now? Is it going to have a special paint job? Is it going to have a special tune? Is it going to have something special with it? Because we already have a Charger Hellcat, a Challenger Hellcat, and the Demon. So why do we need another Dodge Challenger Hellcat? That is my question, and honestly, that is why I think that this choice is kind of a silly option. So after that silly option, we go on into our next car, being the 2011 Kia CE''D, a reasonably priced car that we can put a star in and drive around the Top Gear test track. Oh, guys, honestly, this is going to bring back so many memories. And, back in, I think they had it in, some of the past Forza games, and I did drive this car around the Top Gear test track, although I didn't necessarily get to do my full experience, because I mean, I only own Forza Motorsport 5 because they essentially gave me the game for free, and Forza Motorsport 6, well, I kind of only played that for about a weekend because it was a free play weekend, and I honestly just decided against buying it because lack of auction house and lack of a bunch of other features. Although, as well, I wasn't a YouTuber at that time, so I really didn't have any reason to buy them, because now I've sort of like built my brand on Forza and other racing games, and it's kind of like, well, I guess I ought to buy Forza Motorsport 7. Although some of the things in Forza Motorsport 7 have been quite difficult, it is still a really enjoyable game in my opinion, but some of the things have been quite frustrating, especially for those of us who are members of the Forza faithful. It's just like, come on, man, Forza, get your act together. We tell you exactly what we want, and you just sometimes you really screw up, and it's a little bit of a disappointment. And finally, the last car that was leaked during this set of leaks, we have the number 44 Jaguar Xjr-5. Now, this car was actually relatively successful during its racing series in the WSC. However, some rule changes were made where it actually had to go ahead and drop out of the WSC, and Jaguar decided to focus on IMSA racing. However, though, after competing in this for the first season, Jaguar decided to go ahead and scrap the car completely, ending the racing career of the 1983 Jaguar XJR racing car. But even though that was the final car that was leaked during this set of leaks, there still was one more car on the Reddit page that caught my attention, being the brand new Kia Stinger GT. Now, this car has been showing off at all kinds of different shows, especially at SEMA. Lots of different companies went ahead and made their own version of the Kia Stinger GT, and honestly, it looks good, and it's been fast, and it's been performing well, so I would really be happy to actually see this car coming into the game, along beside the 2011 Kia CE''D, because, I mean, that Stinger GT, it looks cool, it sounds cool. I mean, the name Stinger, that is a kick-butt name for a car. But now, here comes the potential bad news, guys. Because along with these other cars that were revealed to be in the game data mine, there were 6 other cars found to be in the data mine that are going to be a little bit more of a disappointment, as there were 6 Forza Edition cars that were revealed to not be in the current game. Now, maybe these are just cars that, were left out from the game in general, and Forza decided, these cars weren't ready to be put in, we'll have to put them in at a later time. Or maybe Forza is planning on putting out a Forza Edition car pack. If that car pack is not free, there is going to be widespread pandemonium about that car pack, because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be very, very upset, because why am I paying extra money for a car that's already in the game? I mean, seriously, that is one thing that it's like, people are going to get mad at that. So, but coming in as the first car, what we have is we have the 2016 Infiniti Q60 Forza Edition, which, could have a pretty cool wide body kit on it or something like that. Then what we have is we have the 2015 Jaguar F-Type Coupe Forza Edition, which we already have an F-Type Forza Edition in the form of the Project 7, so why do we need to get a coupe version? I mean, am I right, guys? I mean, I like the F-Type Coupe. In fact, it's actually one of my favorite cars of all time. But unless there's like a wide body kit on this thing, it's honestly just going to sit there in my garage, and I'm never going to end up using it. So then after that, what we have is we have the 2010 Cadillac Escalade Forza Edition, which I could actually see this thing being kind of dope. Like, if they put like huge wheels on it and donked it out, I could definitely see a lot of people having a lot of fun with this car. As it's been shown that Forza is not afraid to necessarily put donked cars in the game. As we've had a couple new cars, like I think it was a Monte Carlo that was donked as a Forza Edition. So that would be really cool to actually see a Cadillac Escalade Forza Edition that had big old wheels on it. So as well, somebody else was like looking through the data, and apparently they found that it was actually a 50% bonus, which kind of makes it competitive with other VIP cars, which is pretty insane. That's actually pretty cool. Next up we have the 1981 Ford Fiesta Forza Edition, which I really cannot think off the top of my head what the 1981 Ford Fiesta is. You know what, it just came to me, and honestly that car would be cool if they put like, you know, some rally parts on it. But we do have the Ford Escort RS 1800, which I know they're different cars in general, but it would be, it's still like one of those deals where I'm like, would that be a great Forza Edition car? Is that one that is definitely needed in the game, or is it one that could kind of, you know, just sort of sit off on the sidelines? I mean, the 1981 Ford Fiesta is not getting a lot of love in the game as general, so maybe adding it as a Forza Edition car will bring it the love that it actually, you know, so rightly deserves. Then what we have is the 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air Forza Edition, which is kind of why I'm drifting the one that I got right now. But what are they going to do for a Bel Air Forza Edition? Are they going to put a wide body kit on it? Are they going to put like a big old custom blower? Or is it just going to be a custom blower on it that you can't take off? And basically people are going to be like, well, this is just a regular Chevy Bel Air. What is the difference between these cars that is going to make them stand out and maybe be worth bringing into the game? That's my opinion. I mean, because Forza Editions, they do have their own tune. They have a bunch of other things for them. But honestly, the way that Forza Motorsport 7 is working, if they ever do a Horizon Edition, or not a Horizon Edition, a Forza Edition car pack, they're going to have to be very special and very upgradable. Like, I'm talking Need for Speed upgradable, because they're already in the game, and it's kind of ridiculous that they're even possibly considering doing this. And then finally what we have is the 1956 Ford F100 Forza Edition, which if they put bags on it, and we could basically have a scraping Ford F100, and, you know, they do a bunch of like rat rod stuff to it, I would be so down with. That would be such an amazing car. I would absolutely love driving that thing around. However, though, what I'm honestly thinking they're probably going to end up doing is they'll probably just put a Forza splitter and a Forza wing on, and then be like, Forza Edition car! Which, if they release these cars for free, I'm okay with. But if they make it a purchasable DLC pack and part of the car pass, that is going to make a lot of people very, very angry. But anyway though, let me know which car is your favorite and which car is your least favorite down in the comments section down below, as I want to hear from you guys, as I'm curious to see what you guys got to say. As well, if you want to, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at twitter.com/Grr413 and Instagram.com/Grr413. And as well, if you guys like this video, go and make sure to hit that like button down below for us, because you guys already know your support is so greatly appreciated. And make sure to subscribe for more videos coming out all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.